Finding a way out of a difficult situation is usually easier said than done when it comes to teenage boys who are used to a certain way of life.
But one local program is trying to make sure middle school boys have someone to turn to, and not when they don't necessarily have a real male role model at home. Here's NewsChannel 9's Latricia Thomas.
YCAP isn't only trying to make young boys into upstanding young men, they're also making projects out of wood and teaching life lessons every step of the way. The hours that follow the last school bell can be the hardest to fill for middle school boys.
Just the 16th off.
But for 18 young men in Chattanooga, the choice of whether to get in trouble or follow the rules is a little easier.
Most of these guys are referred to us by their guidance counselors at school or from juvenile court. They're getting in trouble, they're fighting in school or causing a disturbance in the classroom. Tommy
Hobbs is a program coordinator for YCAP and a lifelong furniture maker.
Okay, where's that? You point. Okay, good. Done a volunteer project over at Orchard Knob Middle School. I just found that it was really working. The kids really got into it and they saw math relevant, you know, in a way to make it relevant.
Now, Monday through Thursday, the YCAP crew gets help with their homework, sits down for a meal,
just a little bit taller than you
and then gets to work in Tommy's wood shop.
Out of 18 kids we have in the program right now, 1 out of 18 lives with biological mom and dad. Most of them are living in a single parent home, grandma, auntie, their mom. And so they're not getting a lot of male role models in their life, and that's something that we just try to love on them. We're stern with them, but we just be men. Good. One more.
They are crafting cutting boards, and through every step of the process, a life lesson.
I teach them how to read a tape measure and break it all down into all the increments in 1 inch, and it's all fractions. 1 1/4, good.
1 1/4.
Good. A lot of guys, and I was too, was scared of fractions. And so when I make it tangible to them and show them how you put it together, then it makes more sense to them.
Just ask 8th grader James Kilgore.
It takes off a lot of stress because homework is probably one of the hardest parts about school because you're debating whether just to do your own thing because you're home and you don't feel like you should be working. It made it more entertaining and just easier to do.
After the boys measure the wood pieces,
1 1/4, I'm gonna make a mark.
They glue them together piece by piece and pick up their favorite part of the process. With each guided step,
take it down easy.
Organizers say they hope they are making an impact that will last a lot longer than any finished piece.
They learn, it's just a sense of accomplishment. They built something. They'll never forget these cutting boards. When they're older, they'll always remember making them.
YCAP says that 93% of their participants have improved their grades at school, and 96% actually showed up to class more often than before they started the program.
Great program. Thank you, Latricia.